Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be repurposing this beautiful vintage desk that I got at my local thrift store for $5, and I hope you'll join me. So the first thing we're going to do is we want to make sure that we wipe down everything thoroughly, because whatever you don't wipe down is going to stick to either your paint or your brush, and it's going to be a gloppy mess and you're going to be able to see it really, really well. So just make sure that you wipe down everything really good. You can even use some kind of light spray if you wanted to do that. So the next thing you're going to want to do is shake your paint can really well. Here I'm using the Valspar tintable chalkboard paint. So it's not the chalk paint, it is the chalkboard paint. There is a slight difference when it dries, but nonetheless this works just as well, and you might as well just save your money and get the $13 stuff from Lowe's instead of spending $23 on the chalk paint. I got the can opener for 48 cents. I'll probably hang on to this one, that way future projects I can just open it easily, don't have to worry about it, don't have to worry about hunting for my husband's screwdriver because I usually have to do that. Here we're using yellow chiffon. It does come off as more of a pale white in the end. In certain lighting you can see the yellow. And then I'm just using a stir stick, which you can get a package of 30 of these at Lowe's for 98 cents. They come in handy for other stuff, so I just keep them on hand. Make sure you mix your paint really, really well, and you can get started. So I'm using these foam brushes because I don't like paint brushes. You can see the paint strokes. I fight with it constantly. It's probably just my problem, but I prefer these, and you get several of them for like 98 cents or $1 depending on where you go. So you can throw them away really easily. You can clean up paint spills with them. It cleans up drips really, really easy. I just prefer them. Also, the cheaper option, I can throw them away so I don't have to worry about cleaning out a brush at the end of the day. There are some projects where a paintbrush would probably be the better option, but not today. Today we are strictly sticking with the foam brush. And then you just want to apply an even layer. Depending on the project that you're doing, since I'm not priming this, I am going to do 2 coats. There were 2 spots that I had to do a 3rd coat. You just want to make sure that whenever you do the 3rd coat, it doesn't change the color, because sometimes things get darker, but in my case, it didn't change the color at all. So the 3rd coat was just fine. So in the beginning of the video, I had said that the color is yellow chiffon, but that's not actually the color. The color is lemon chiffonade, and I apologize that I had given the wrong color name. It went on a lot lighter than the swatch had actually shown, which is very surprising to me because this is such a dark yellow that it's going over, almost like a mustard or an orange juice, which is what my son had called it. So I just wanted to clear that up real quick. That I got the color name wrong, and I apologize for that. So here I'm moving up to the interior of the desk, which is going to be the hardest part. I did get a clean foam brush for this. Sometimes whenever your brush gets too wet, the plastic underneath will break through, and I'm not the most gentle painter on earth. I'm not really sure why. Maybe I'm in a hurry, but the plastic does break through. So I threw my old one away, grabbed a fresh one, started painting again. It actually gets easier to paint the more paint gets into the brush, so just keep that in mind. I like them when they start to get full of paint, but just remember that plastic will start to break through and it'll start to leave little marks in your paint. So here's the desk after the first coat is on it. I think it turned out pretty well. So now we're going to add the second coat. So I dipped my foam brush into some water. I wrung it out really, really good, just making it damp. And then I poured some of the matte Mod Podge into a bowl and began to put a layer over the entire desk. This helps seal it, protect it, keep it from getting scratched. Just make sure that whenever you're doing it that no dog hair or fuzz or anything like that gets caught in it, because I had a few areas where I had to pull some dog hair out of it. So just keep that in mind. And here we're just doing the interior of the desk. I went ahead and did the outside, used my finger at the top to open it, and then I did the remainder of it and the edges while it was open, because otherwise my fingerprint would have been left in the Mod Podge, and that probably wouldn't have looked very good. So here we're just putting the Mod Podge over the entire desk still, and I will show you the finished project shortly. So here's the desk with the Mod Podge layer on it. Just gonna let it sit here for a couple of hours, and then we can get it set up in its original spot to decorate. So here's the finished desk. I hope you all enjoyed repurposing this $5 find with me. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.